The bell rings before dawn, not for prayer, not for celebration. It rings slowly, heavily, its sound rolling through the narrow streets and wooden houses of Paris. Each toll lingers in the damp air longer than the last. Some wake immediately, others pretend not to hear it. In the darkness of small rooms, families lie still on straw mattresses, listening. Every bell now means the same thing. Another death, another body, another home marked by fear. This is Paris in the 1300s, not the city of romance or poetry, not the Paris of light and beauty. This is a city of mud, smoke, prayers whispered through clenched teeth, and a sickness no one understands. And this is an ordinary day. As the sky slowly lightens, the city begins to move. Wooden shutters creak open, doors stick from the moisture that never seems to leave the air. The streets below are already wet, thick with mud mixed with animal waste, food scraps, and whatever the night has washed down from the upper floors. Paris is alive, but it feels tired. Before the plague, mornings were loud, vendors shouting, carts rattling, children running between legs. Now there are gaps in the sound, silence where voices used to be. A woman steps outside carrying a bucket. She pauses before lowering it into a communal well. She looks around first, not for thieves, for signs. A coughing neighbor, a closed door, a red mark scratched onto wood. Water is life, but now even water feels dangerous. Inside cramped homes, families prepare for the day with quiet efficiency. Bread, if there is any, is divided carefully. No one eats more than they should. Hunger has become familiar. Children are watched closely, too closely. Every warm forehead, every tired eye sends a ripple of fear through the room. Parents do not say it aloud, but everyone is thinking the same thing. Will this be the day? Paris is crowded beyond reason. More than 200,000 people live inside walls that were never meant to hold so many. Homes lean into each other. Upper floors stretch over streets so narrow that sunlight barely reaches the ground. Air does not move while here. Smells linger. Smoke from hearth fires, rotting food, human waste emptied from windows. The city has always smelled like this, but now every odor feels heavier, suspicious, as if sickness itself is carried on the wind. Markets open slowly. Fewer stalls than before, fewer sellers, fewer buyers. Fish lies pale and still on wooden boards. Meat is rare, expensive, and often questionable. Bread is the center of every meal, but even bread has become scarce. A man argues with a baker. The price has risen again. The baker does not apologize. He looks exhausted, hollow-eyed. His brother died last week. His oven still works. His heart barely does. Nearby, a priest walks through the crowd, murmuring prayers, sprinkling holy water. Some reach for it eagerly, others step away. Faith is everywhere in Paris. It always has been. Churches dominate the skyline. Bells define the hours. Saints watch from stone niches. But faith feels different now. It is sharper, desperate. People pray not for blessings, but for exemption. Please, not my house. Please, not my child. Please, not today. Rumors travel faster than carts. Someone says the plague comes from poisoned air. Others say it is carried by foreigners, by merchants, by the poor. Some swear it is God's punishment for sin. No one agrees. Everyone is afraid. A man coughs in the street. Conversations stop. Bodies shift away from him instinctively. He raises his hands, apologetic, embarrassed, as if he has committed a crime. In a way, he has. Fear has rewritten the rules of the city. Work continues because it must. Craftsmen open workshops. Blacksmiths hammer iron. Tanners scrape hides by the river, their work already foul-smelling even without disease. Life does not stop all at once, it frays. Along the Seine, boats unload goods from distant places, grain, wine, cloth. Paris depends on this flow. Without it, the city starves. But every arrival now tarries dread. What unseen thing has traveled with these goods? What sickness hides in the folds of fabric, in the fur of rats, in the breath of sailors? No one knows. Physicians are few, and their knowledge is limited. They wear long robes and carry theories passed down from ancient texts. They speak of imbalances, of bad humors, of corrupted air. Treatments are painful, bloodletting, burning herbs, strange concoctions. Sometimes the patient survives, often they do not. In homes where sickness has already entered, time moves differently. A mother sits by her son, his breathing shallow, his skin hot. Dark swellings rise beneath his arms. She presses a cloth to his forehead and whispers prayers she learned as a child. She has already lost one daughter this month. She does not scream. She cannot afford to. Death is no longer dramatic. It is routine. Bodies are wrapped in whatever cloth is available. Funerals, once elaborate in public, have become rushed or non-existent. There are too many dead, too few priests, too much fear. Gravediggers work without pause. Pits are dug beyond the city, filled quickly, covered hastily. Names are forgotten, faces blur together. Paris absorbs loss like the mud absorbs rain. By midday, the bells ring again. Another death. Shops close early, people retreat indoors. Windows are shut, candles are lit even though the sun still hangs pale behind clouds. The city feels smaller now, compressed by fear. In taverns, men drink quietly. Laughter is rare. Stories circle endlessly. Who died? Where? How quickly? Some speak of leaving the city. Many already have. But leaving is dangerous too. Roads are filled with refugees, sickness spreading along with them. There is no safe direction. Paris is a trap built of stone and belief. Children no longer play freely in the streets. They are kept close, pulled indoors at the first sign of illness anywhere nearby. Childhood shrinks. The plague does not discriminate by age, but it does not strike evenly. Some families are spared, others are erased. No one understands why. As afternoon fades, shadows stretch across the streets. Smoke rises from countless hearts. The city smells of burning wood and boiled scraps. A procession moves slowly toward a church. Men and women walk barefoot, chanting, whipping themselves in repentance. Blood runs down their backs. They believe suffering might appease God. Some watch in horror, others join. Desperation makes believers of everyone. Inside churches, candles flicker before altars crowded with offerings. People kneel shoulder to shoulder, ignoring the danger of closeness. Better to die near God than alone. Outside, beggars line the streets. They have always been here. Now they are avoided entirely. Coins are thrown from a distance, if at all. Poverty has become another symptom of disease. As night approaches, Paris quiets. Doors are barred, fires are banked low. Families gather close, sharing warmth, counting breaths. Every cough in the darkness feels loud. Parents lie awake listening to children sleep, afraid of what morning might bring. Sleep itself feels dangerous. What if they do not wake? Some pray, some weep silently, some simply stare into the dark. The bells do not ring at night. Death waits until morning. When dawn comes again, it will look much like the last. The plague does not announce itself with fire or invasion. It erodes. It takes neighbors, then streets, then entire sections of the city. Paris will survive this era, but it will never forget it. The Black Death will reshape how people see God, authority, life, and each other. Trust will break, old systems will weaken, new fears will take root. But for now, none of that is known. For now, there is only this day. An ordinary day in extraordinary terror. A day where survival is quiet, fragile, and uncertain. History often remembers great events, dates, and numbers. But the truth of the past lives here, in moments like these. In the silence after the bell, in the shared bread, in the fear of a single cough. To understand the world we live in today, we must first understand days like this. Because the past was not lived in chapters. It was lived one fragile day at a time.